Today was day 2 of joint practices with the Tennessee Titans, and all reports are coming out saying that our Vikings are looking very impressive. I mean, Justin Jefferson making some highlight catches because, that's what he does. All right, he's gonna be doing Justin Jefferson things. Kirk Cousins is catching a touchdown and then hitting the gritty afterwards. I mean, this offense is moving and grooving. I can't wait to see it this season. There's more impressive things that have came out today that we're going to talk about here in just a moment. But first, we got to talk about the negatives. First and foremost, 4 players did not practice today. One of them being, obviously, Jordan Addison, who entered concussion protocol yesterday. We're expected to have him back by Monday. Also, what's Jalen Naylor out with a knee injury. Not really sure his timetable of when to return and stuff like that. I'd assume it's probably a week-to-week basis. We'll see how he feels and stuff like that. Kene Nwangwu, undisclosed injury, probably day-to-day. We talked about that the other day, I believe, as well. And then a shocking one, linebacker Brian Asamoah was not practiced, another undisclosed injury. Not really sure what happened with that. But today we have another guy that suffered a little injury. Still not sure what it is, but it's kind of concerning. Mekhi Blackmon left practice with an injury today. And it says injuries are a normal part of the game, including at practice. Tennessee Titans wide receiver Treylon Burks injured his LCL during Wednesday's practice. And Vikings cornerback Mekhi Blackmon left practice on Thursday. Reports were that it was an arm, and the prognosis is currently unknown. I guess he was going back to the huddle or something like that, and Kevin O'Connell ran over to pull him out of the huddle and get him on the sideline to get him checked out. So really not sure what's going on with that situation. As things kind of come about, I will make sure to let you guys know and give you a little update of what's happening with Mekhi Blackmon. But with that being said, probably wouldn't expect him to play on Saturday unless the injury isn't serious. Then we might get to see a couple snaps out of him because he had a decent preseason opener against the Seattle Seahawks. Now, to the impressive things. There was actually quite a few impressive things with the highlight plays from Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, but there are also more. First and foremost, what I like to see the most is this offensive line. Christian Darrisaw is absolutely crushing defenders. One of the biggest knocks on Christian Darrisaw coming out of Virginia Tech was that he struggled to finish defenders. That has changed, okay, with the Vikings, leading me to believe that that was a Virginia Tech coaching thing. Here, Darrisaw pancakes a defender back to the shadow realm. There was a video about this. I mean, he is an absolute force of nature on our offensive line. I'm really glad we got this guy because we all know how hard it is to, draft these linemen and hope that they're, a Joe Thomas or like one of these legends in the game today. Now, we have reports, obviously, these past couple of years that Christian Darrisaw is looking a lot like Trent Williams, his explosiveness, his speed and stuff like that. I'm pumped about it. He continues to dominate in these joint practices, which means he's going to dominate this entire season. Hopefully the same can be said for our rest of our O-line, but we still have to figure out what's going to happen at right guard because Ed Ingram, very inconsistent, but Christian Darrisaw looking fantastic. Also, a guy that was wanting a contract extension, so we had to redo some things, gave him a revised contract. Danielle Hunter continues to thrive off the edge. Now, during Wednesday's practice, Danielle Hunter looked just as good as he always has. On Thursday, that continued as Hunter sacked Ryan Tannehill multiple times. That is something that will translate right away at the start of the season. I sure hope so because last year, Ed Donatel had absolutely no clue what he was doing with Danielle Hunter. He dropped him back in pass coverage, which made no sense to me anyways. Danielle Hunter eats quarterbacks, okay? That's what he does for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You put him on that edge and you let him rush. You let him get to that quarterback at any means necessary and let him feast, okay? Get him those sacks. He had 14 and a half sacks back-to-back seasons before getting an injury and stuff like that. Danielle Hunter is a pure edge rusher. He's not a pass defender, okay? He doesn't drop back in coverage. It's not what he does. Brian Flores knows that, and I can't wait to see what he does this season. He's definitely not going to play this Saturday, just so you guys know, okay? We don't need to get him injured. But also, another guy that continues, I should say, to impress is KJ Osborne. Looking real good out there. Now, after the Vikings selected Jordan Addison in the first round, there were, some questions about whether or not KJ Osborne would be starting, or if that would go to Addison. By starting, they mean wide receiver 2, not 1, 2, and 3 and stuff like that. He's still going to be starting. He's going to still see a lot of time. He's probably going to play that 2 spot at least to start the season. If anything else, he will be that slot receiver, maybe wide receiver 3. I can't see him going any lower than that. So if his performance in training camp is any indicator, Osborne will be the starter at wide receiver. He was getting open by creating separation in his route running and making catches all over the Titans defense on Thursday. After this article, there was I think there was at least 6 videos of KJ Osborne basically just burning these defenders, getting in gaps and causing that separation, looking like he's in midseason form. I kid you not. This guy is performing exceptionally well. He's going to be explosive for us this season, and it's his time to shine. Look, he's kind of took a backseat to Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen for the past couple seasons. Now it's his turn to kind of show what he is really made of. And we've seen some spurts of it here and there, but not enough. And I think this season we're going to see a heavy dose of what KJ Osborne is really capable of. I'm excited for him. I'm excited for this entire team. The fact that we're impressing against the Tennessee Titans means something, right? Yes, it's training camp. I get it, okay? These guys, most of these guys won't make the team. But starters versus starters, we are looking really good. The only downfall we had, I guess, was Jeffrey Simmons, the defensive tackle for the Tennessee Titans, was looking phenomenal, making some plays, getting through our offensive line. But that's because our offensive line isn't that great, okay? It's okay, but it's not great, right? So that's going to happen from time to time again. They have a young, good defense over there in Tennessee. So the fact that we're burning them, we're making these highlight plays and stuff like that, shows me that we have or are capable of doing some good things this season. And our defense, hey, flying around, making some plays. It's a new defensive scheme. I'm excited to see kind of how it looks this season. And we're going to see a lot of blitzes. We're going to see Danielle Hunter feast on these quarterbacks. I mean, it is going to be an absolute spectacle this season. But today, after day 2 of joint practices, all I can say is we're looking good. So let me know in the comments what you think about this. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We're almost to 1,000 subs on Minnesota Vikings Syndicate. I believe we're 14 away. And if you're on 2.0, we're only 3 or 2 away from 300. So make sure to subscribe as well. Have a great rest of your night, folks. And Skol Vikes.